it away, Mr. Mitchell, and thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, Arlene. Welcome everybody. I like to see faces, but I guess I won't be able to see your faces, I don't think. So I'm just going to talk into the screen and imagine there are thousands of you out there, and we're going to give it a go. So as I was just telling Arlene, I am a DC firefighter, retired at this point, retired DC firefighter. I served 28 years in the nation's capital here. And for a little over a decade now, I've been giving motivational talks. I have a history, real lived experiences that I kind of transform into motivational, inspirational, educational, and informative presentations. So I thank Arlene for looking me up and having me come and present before you today. So I went over my 2 minutes and talking to her. So we have 25, 22 minutes now before we end this. So let's begin. We're going to talk about resilience. I'm going to share my screen. So all of us, every living, breathing soul, if you're over, heck, 6 months old, you've dealt with some degree of adversity and you've had to bounce back. I mean, those 6 month, 1 year olds, they may cry about it. And sometimes we as adults literally cry about it. And there's no shame in that. But we have to work through it because we know we have to handle life and keep going. And so I kind of take experiences from my firefighting career and use that as a parallel to what we go through in life. Now, what I'm going to talk to you about today, I'm going to share an acronym used in the fire industry. It's called R.E.C.E.O, R-E-C-E-O. And traditionally, that stands for rescue, expose, confine, extinguish, and overhaul. We firefighters, we get on the scene. Our priority is to rescue any potential victims, to make sure we as firefighters don't become one of those people who have to be rescued. We want to protect the exposures, those nearby adjoining properties to this structure that's on fire. We want to protect the exposures and we want to see confine it and make sure it doesn't get out of control, extinguish the fire, and overhaul the scene. Well, I've taken those set of principles and I've modified them, adjusted them, created new ones to apply to different circumstances. And today, that same R.E.C.E.O model is going to stand for resilience, expectations, commitment, excitement, and opportunity. Forged in the fire. To be so normally forged applies to metal. They put this metal in this, extreme heat in order to shape it and mold it into something useful. That's kind of what life does to us. We don't like the fire. Who really likes fire? I often tell audiences, if you want to imagine what it's like being in a real fire, just kind of stick your head in an oven. Stick your head in an oven and you'll get a real good idea of what it's like. Of course, you can't do that. Oh, forgive me. Somebody didn't get the notice that I am in a virtual setting. My granddaughter just walked in. Charlie, I'm in a presentation. Oh, it's a beautiful phone. Go back upstairs with Auntie, and I'll be up shortly. Thank you. Oh, forgive me, everybody. Granddad, pop. All right, so yes, ma'am. I'll be right with you. I Bye-bye, baby. See you soon. Oh, that's a first. Oh my goodness. And she's insistent as well. Please close the door, baby. Please. Okay, all right. See you soon. Okay, now that's a real test of me having to remember where I am and deal with this little bit. Please forgive me, everybody. One moment, please. Okay, I think she just left. Insistent. That's what we need to be. Persistent. We need to be resilient, right? We need to stay at it. We need to get through the fire. But I talked about, that heat, real heat, literal heat. As a firefighter, is nothing to play with. Trust me, I would not have gone in the environments I went in without my gear. So we have to get geared up in life. We have to be geared up for these fires that we walk through. I'm sure we all have fires that we've gone through, personal, on the job, medical, all types of things come at us. And we have to have the resilience to get through. That's about adapting. That's about being able to bounce forward. That's not giving up. Nelson Mandela, and I'll paraphrase, he had a quote that went something like, don't give me applause, don't give me a standing ovation for my successes. Support me, give me applause, stand up for the many times I've fallen and got back up again and again and again. It's easy to go through life and, enjoy your successes when they've come easy. Oh, that's beautiful. But the real value comes when we've had to fight for something, when we've had to dig our heels in, when we've cried about it, when we've anguished over it, when we've, had to hold our heads and we've had to go into prayer about it. And we come out stronger on the other side. We show resilience, that fight to never, ever give up. One of my famous tagline in almost every ending of a video, of a presentation, is to finish strong, and finish strong. Oftentimes we're going to start something, and something's going to be started for us, whether we want it to or not. It's not how we start, as it's often said, it's how we finish. We have to show resilience. It's about that fire within, that spark within that sometimes really begins to become just a flicker, and we walk around with our heads down sometimes. We walk around with a loss of energy that we used to have as young people, as maybe even an adult, with some expectations and dreams and excitement about us. Sometimes it gets stepped on, but we cannot allow that divine spark in us to go out. We have to maintain that fire within. So you may not wear a helmet like a firefighter in a burning building, but you felt the heat, the stress of uncertainty, loss, disappointment. So it comes in many forms, and we have to be tough. We have to be really willing and able to fight through these things. So what's forged, what's put in the heat doesn't break, it strengthens. Remember that when you're in the heat, it's not about breaking. And sometimes it may feel like we're broken, but I like to say we simply go through it one day, sometimes 1 hour, sometimes 1 minute at a time. Get through that day. Go to sleep. Heavy heart, heavy mind, feeling weighted. Get the blessing of waking up that next day and get an opportunity to do it one more time. Again and again and again. Show your resilience. So on to, fight through the storm. Fight through the storm. The strongest steel is forged in the hottest fire. Each of us is that steel. The fire doesn't define us, it refines us. The fire doesn't define us, it refines us. Expectations. How many of us have expectations? As a matter of fact, I'd like to pose that question and hopefully get some response right now. How many of you have high expectations for your day, for the rest of the quarter, for your life? And they don't necessarily have to be high. Do you have expectations beyond where you are right now? Thumbs up, thumbs up. I see some thumbs up. Let me pull up the chat. Yes, that was 6 minutes ago. Can I repeat the acronym? Yes, R.E.C.E.O. The original R.E.C.E.O, which applies to the fire industry, is R.E.C.E.O, E expose, C confine, E extinguish, and O overhaul. The model that I've adjusted for us today is R resilience, and I'll go through it. And we're on E right now, expectations. That's right, Arlene, finish strong. Any expectations? Who has expectations of what your day is going to look like? Expectations of what the next 3 months are going to look like? Expectations for the next 12 months? I see some thumbs up. We have some expectations. You know, what we expect determines what we reach for. What we expect determines what we, as you see, expectations stretches our vision. And it brings us closer to success, brings success closer to us. It's like a magnet. And you know, with the internet and many different social media platforms, we're all hearing some really good information that we may not have heard so much or even in a lifetime prior to the internet. So I'm sure a lot of us have heard, especially since the introduction of the law of attraction. And there's some real validity to these awesome original computers called our brains, these creation machines. What we think about often comes to pass. So what we expect, what the energy we put out there draws that thing back to us. Personal story, quick one. Last night, I was a little stressed out. I needed some assistance. I went to a guy and I wasn't feeling very positive about it. And he had to remind me, look, we're going to get through this, big guy. We're going to do it. Remember what you put out there comes back to you. We're not going to put stress out right now. We're going to put out a completed result. And that's what we got. We ended with a completed result. You have to really, really, really expect the positivity that you want in your life. It may not always look like it's going to materialize, but that's when that faith piece comes in. Have the faith that this machine of creation will produce what you're concentrating on. Have faith that, that's the practice of faith, holding on to that thing that you can't see with your physical eyes, but that you're holding in your inner vision. Your expectations stretch your vision and draws success. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to make sure that I stay within the time limit here. I get to talking and I get excited, and it'll be your time? It'll be 12:50. Arlene will have to shut me up. So let's be aware and maintain the activity of expectation. So do we have nothing in the chat? What we're expecting? No expectation. Nobody's expecting. Are you expecting to eat a good lunch later? Are you expecting to go home and, greet your family, have them greet you, have that always happy animal jump in your arms? Are there some kind of expectations of that sort? Yes, yes, and yes. Or are you expecting more problems? And I love to keep it real because, as I told you just last night, I was not so positive about the outcome of the project I was trying to get completed. I was a little stressed. So you may not always 100% of the time, feel positive about it, but that's why opportunities like this are golden. This is a reminding opportunity, and we all need to be reminded of putting these practices in place, of being resilient, never giving up, adapting, bouncing forward, and maintaining positive outlooks, expectations that will draw success to us. You can't build the future of excuses, only expectations. You can't build a future on excuses, but you can build a future on expectations. The third element, commitment. Let's talk about commitment. Oh, I love commitment. I knew I was ready to grow up. I knew I was ready to grow up when I committed to marriage. Any married folk out there? Yeah? Expecting problems? Oh, whoa. Let's go back here. Who's expecting problems? Somebody expecting problems? That's real. That's life. But turn it around. Turn it around. Expect those problems to be resolved. There's always. I woke up this morning to leave out. I drove a half block down. Something didn't feel right with my vehicle. I stopped, got out, and sure enough, I had a flat tire. I had a flat tire, and it set me back about 10 minutes. I had to get out in my clean clothes, take out the spare, change that tire. I wasn't expecting it, but I was ready for it. I was expecting to have a great day. And my positive outlook, me having expectations of something greater than this flat tire, helped me to get through that changing of that flat tire instead of just standing there holding my head going, oh no, harboring and these feelings of poor me. Oh no, poor me. This is going to set me back forever. Oh, I have to change this tire. I was like, oh crap, okay, I have a flat. Thankfully, I have a spare. Thankfully, I know how to change a tire. Thankfully, I have the air in me, the muscle, and the know-how to get it done. I got out my wrench. I loosened those lug nuts, took off that flat tire, pulled that spare out, put those lug nuts on, tightened it up, let that car down off the jack, and went on my way. Come on now. We have to expect results, not problems. Problems are going to come because that's life. Problems were guaranteed to come, but the problems help us grow. Do we want them? Heck no. Are we looking forward to them? No. That's why we need to look forward to being able to have the resilience, the strength to get through them because they're going to come. Guaranteed. Problems are going to come. Don't wait for them. Don't look forward to them. Just look forward to the strength to get over and to get through. Have expectations of greater things to happen. You can't build a future on excuses, but you can on expectations. Excitement. Who still maintains their excitement of these kids right here? Who still maintains their excitement of those children? I have 5 daughters and a wife. And they all ask me at 63, Dad, hon, when are you going to grow up? Never. I'm never going to grow up. I want to grow up. I want to have enough grown up in me to handle grown up business. But I want to always maintain that childlike spark for life and excitement in me that's gotten me through a battle with alcohol. I want to maintain that childhood spark in me that's gotten me through being a father at the age of 19 years old. When I had barely just learned how to tie my own shoes. And here I was a father at 19 years old. I want to maintain that excitement of a child that got me through dropping out of high school and then having to go get my GED which was the only reason I was qualified to become a firefighter in 1990. I want to maintain that excitement, that childlike excitement that helps to push me through presentations that, come to me, and, audiences that I've never spoken in front of before, that I sometimes get nervous about, industries that I've never spoken on before, that I sometimes get nervous about. But the excitement and the opportunity about it gets me through. What has you excited? Or have you lost that spark of excitement that used to drive you, that was probably pulled or drawn from you as a result of your battles with life? Do you still have that childlike excitement? Handle your adult business. Act like an adult when it comes time to act like an adult, but live with the enthusiasm and excitement of a child holding a fire hose, just shooting water. And wherever the water began to build in the puddle, go stomp your feet in the puddle of water. Enjoy yourself as a human being. We were created to thrive, not to live day after day after day thinking about problems that haven't yet come, but that we anticipate. No, we have to be reminded that this thing is about living with excitement and finding the joy in it and growing as a result of it. Reignite that spark within. Reignite the spark within and take advantage of the opportunities that come before you. Your positive thinking can create positive opportunities. See every challenge as an opportunity to grow. We don't always see that. This morning, when I was changing that tire, I began to break a sweat. And that was after a 45-minute workout I'd done this morning. I found that changing that tire as an opportunity for me to showcase I won't say I was about to lie to myself in you and say the great level of shape I'm in, but the decent level of shape I'm in because I work out often. So I took that changing that tire as an opportunity for me to put this muscle to use, to put this aerobic endurance to use, and to get it done quickly. And not talk about, oh, how tired I am, and take 20 to 30 more minutes than it would normally take to change a tire. Take advantage of opportunities in your workplace. Take advantage of opportunities in your social life. What opportunities do you see that are near you? What opportunities do you have coming up that you can be prepared for, get excited about, and be ready to be committed to? Arlene, I don't see much going on in the chat here. I feel like it's just you and me, Arlene. Is it just the two of us? Is anybody else here? Knock, 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 knock. Is anybody home? And
Yeah,
it's
they're all
already
listening.
okay. It's already 12:31. Oh my goodness, how time flies. So just to reflect, just think for a moment. What's something that used to excite you? Something that used to excite you that you put aside? Maybe it's your art, fitness, mentoring, travel, or personal goal. You can always relight that flame because it never truly goes out, never completely goes out. Relight, reignite the flame. Show resilience. Activate expectations, commitment. Commit to yourself and others. There are others dependent on you and me. There are people who love us. People who want to see us do good. Let's commit to ourselves, commit to them. Show excitement and take advantage of the opportunities. The internal fire can always be used to produce or destroy. You make the choice. Be brave Be committed and teachable. Unleash your inner firefighter. You're not defined by what you've been through. You are defined. You are refined by it. And as always, finish strong, and finish strong. I thank you for this opportunity to present before you today. I hope you got something out of it, something you can really put to use and make today and tomorrow a better day. Thank you,
So
Ali.
thank you so much, Mr. Mitchell. I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
So we don't look forward to problems, but sometimes they come. So what inspires you to face them head on and treat them as opportunity? Like, what's your go-to tool within yourself?
My go-to tool is the question. That it's often said, the answer is in a question. And so I often ask myself, well, here's a problem. Roderick, do you want to sulk about it? Or do you want to get over it, get past it? And what is that going to take? You see, Arlene, personally, and maybe some others, I know the place of being a victim. I know how it feels to be defeated by circumstances and situations. Who likes defeat? Who likes to continue to feel like they are defeated? That's not happiness, Arlene. And I think most people will tell you, what do you want to, if you ask, what do you want out of life? Most of us will jump straight to happiness. I want to be happy. And that comes in different forms. And a part of happiness is having successful moments, having the ability to get over those problems that come full face or sometimes from the side. So being able to, get over defeats. Have more wins than we do defeats, Arlene.
Thank you. We have another question. Can you please show the previous slide with the R.E.C.E.O?
Yes.
And there's a follow-up question. What do you recommend to do to keep and maintain the child in you without becoming jaded and bitter by everything that's going on in the world today?
Oh my goodness. Great question. Thank you. I know this can be a little, I don't know, depending on your community, your inner circle, a little controversial. I don't watch the news as much as I used to, for one. If there's not something I can directly do outside of vote, speak my voice at a local town hall meeting or something, I don't watch the news as often as I used to, because this is my reality. And if I'm always being fed negativity, I'm going to consider my world negative. And that's going to impact me emotionally, physically, spiritually. I've been there, done that. A lot of us have been there, done that. Who wants to continue to be defeated and beat down? We have to feed ourselves higher expectations, brighter days, and different visions than what we're being fed. We have to change our BS, our belief system. What are you believing? Are you going to believe that you're going to be defeated by what you're continually being fed in the environment? Are you going to feed yourself what you want to believe and what helps you to thrive and smile and keep you excited?
Thank you. We have a comment here. Same here. Stopped watching the news and stopped listening to depressing music. Changed my mindset so much.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I remember my first love. Oh, I just love listening to those slow songs that just made me feel so much more pain and loss. And I must admit, I had to eventually stop. So Oh, I was so in love, yes, and I just wanted to hear about all the love songs where the person just left you high and dry, and I just continued to cry and hold my head down. And what I could have gotten out of in about 3 months took me about 6 years because I wouldn't let the whole music go. Yes.